Hey, what is going on everyone? This is iReviews back with another video, and today I will show you guys 13 unknown iOS 13 features. These are features that you can find on your iOS 13 device and some of them on iOS 12 as well, and they're very useful, but they're like kinda hidden within iOS, and sometimes it's pretty hard to know that they're there if you don't know that these features exist. So here are 13 unknown iOS 13 features that every user should know. Let's start it off with a very useful feature of the Settings app. Now when you go to your settings, you will find passwords and accounts right here. If you go to websites and app passwords, you will find there all the passwords that you have saved for your website logins and also for the apps. If you go to one of them, you will see here the username as well as the passcode. Now you want to share like your account or something with someone, you can accidentally send them the passcode. As you can see, the passcode is shown right there. But you can see if I take a screenshot here, take a look at the screenshot, you can see iOS will automatically hide the passcode whenever you take a screenshot. You probably know about the speak screen feature of iOS. So you go to settings, you go to accessibility, go to spoken content, and you will find here speak screen. So you just swipe down with two fingers, it will show you the controllers, and of course will also start just reading everything that's on the screen. But what you can do here is also enable speech controller. So if you enable that, you can see you will have different controls here. So if you long press this, it will read all the content. Double tap, it will show you just the touch. So if I double tap here, it will show me that finger right there, and wherever I touch, it will read just that part. So here, so just go ahead, just tap on one particular part that you want to read, and then it will read that for you. Of course, if you go ahead and press here, a long press, it will show all the controls that you can use. Of course, to start speaking the screen, just tap the play button. Now on your keyboard you have the predictive text. Now sometimes maybe you're using some words that you don't usually use, but they will be like memorized there, and then it will just show those words on the predictive keyboard, and you don't want to have those. You want to basically like reset it. You can do that by going to settings, go to general, and then right here go to reset, and if you scroll down here you will see reset keyboard dictionary. Now what that does is that it will reset the keyboard and everything that the keyboard has learned, all the words that you use, to the default, to the factory default, and you can start all over again. Now on devices that have a notch, you know that there is no battery percentage at the top on the status bar. You will have to go to the control center in order to view the battery percentage of the battery of your iPhone. But you can also do that using Siri. So, hey Siri, what's the percentage on the battery? And just like that, Siri will show you how much battery you have left on your iPhone. So you don't even need to touch your iPhone. You can use Siri to take a peek at the battery percentage on your iPhone. Now, if you have a mouse connected to your iPhone or your iPad, you know, with iOS 13 and iPad OS 13, you can now do that. Of course, this will be more useful on the iPad than on the iPhone, but you will still have the ability to do that. So if you have a mouse connected, you can go to devices and you will see the name of your device that you have connected right there. If you tap here, you will have the buttons of the device. So button 1, button 2, and the middle button is button 3. Then you can choose what you want to do with those buttons. So you can actually customize the action that you do with those buttons. So let's say I want to use the middle one to take a screenshot, just select right there, and then whenever I press the middle button, it will take a screenshot of my device. So you can customize any of the buttons. You can also add extra buttons. If your device has extra buttons, you can go ahead and add additional buttons right there. Another very cool thing that you can do with your mouse connected to your iPad or your iPhone on iOS 13 is enable hot corners. So whenever you point your mouse at one of the corners, it will take a different action. So if you go to accessibility, you go to touch, you go to assistive touch, you enable it, and down here you will find dual controls. Make sure you enable that and then go to hot corners, and you will have all the four corners right here. You go to one of them and pick what you want to do when you swipe your mouse to that corner. You go back and you can set here the time, so how long you have to keep the pointer there to take that action. So you can see right now, if I just go ahead and put the pointer right there at the top, it will take a screenshot. Or I can just go ahead, go to the app switcher simply by pointing here at the bottom right. That's really awesome. So you can perform a ton of actions, like different actions that you want using just your mouse and simply by placing your mouse at one of the corners. And as I said, this will be very useful, especially on the iPad. You can also customize the way the assistive touch button works on your device. Now, normally we just use it to go home on devices maybe that have a home button and that's broken, it doesn't work that well. You can use assistive touch as a virtual home button, but you can also use it for a lot of different things. It has quite a lot of features that maybe a lot of you guys don't even know about. So if you go to accessibility, go to touch, go to assistive touch and enable it, right here you will see custom actions, and these are the custom actions that you can set to the assistive touch button. So you will have single tap, double tap and long press. So if you go to one of them, you will see a long list of different stuff that you can do in order to perform those actions using those gestures. So here I have on single tap lock rotation, and you can see right there the rotation lock, and you can go ahead and turn it on or off using the assistive touch button. So as I said, go ahead, just go on one of the menus right here and you will find a ton of actions which you can go ahead and perform using one of these gestures. Now on the spotlight search of your device, you will get different suggestions from Siri. If you get the music one, play a song, you can go ahead and 3D touch on it, and now you can see it will show you this menu here, this banner, and if you tap right there on play, it will start playing music right away directly from here. So of course you can just tap on it to go to the music, or you can just 3D touch and just start playing music directly from here, from the spotlight search. Now if you have copied a phone number to your clipboard and you want to send a message or phone call them, you can do that directly from the spotlight search. So iOS 13, and I believe this is on iOS 12 as well, enables you to make that call or send that message without having to open the iMessage app or the phone app. So you just go quickly to the spotlight and you will have here suggestions to message or call that number that you have copied on the clipboard of your device. So as easy as that, you can make a call or send a message directly from here using these shortcuts that are suggested by Siri. On the home screen of your iOS 13 device, all you have to do to rearrange apps is tap and hold one of them and drag it to go ahead and rearrange it any way you like. You can do the same with photos that you have within albums on iOS 13. So if I just tap and hold this picture, I can go ahead and drag it. And as you can see here on this album, I can go ahead and place that picture anywhere I want. So just tap and hold and then drag it and just release it anywhere that you want to place it. When playing music on your iOS 13 device, you know that now we have the lyrics, which look pretty amazing, and that's a really cool feature. So the lyrics will go on with the song. So as the song goes on, so do the lyrics. So it's the same. But you can also take a peek at the complete lyrics of a song simply by tapping here at the dots, and then you can just go ahead and tap view full lyrics right there, and it will show you the complete lyrics of that song that you're currently listening to. If you're using screen time on your iPhone, then you can go ahead and block different websites directly from here. So if it's your child's iPhone, you can do that from here. So just go to screen time under settings, go to content and privacy restrictions, and from here you can go ahead and just choose right here, find content restrictions, go ahead, enter your passcode, and then from here you will have web content, and you can set that allowed websites only, and then you will have a list of websites which of course you can delete, and you can also add more websites here. So if you want to allow a website, you can go ahead, tap there, enter the URL, of course the title as well. Now these here will be added by default by iOS, and of course, as I said, you can go ahead and delete any of them if you don't want someone to have access to those websites through your iPhone. Now here under content and privacy restrictions, you will also find iTunes and App Store purchases. So if you go here, you can set whether you want someone to allow to install or delete apps, or just make in-app purchases on the iPhone. So you will go ahead and go to one of these. So installing apps, don't allow, so that will restrict that. No one will be able to install a new app on your iPhone or make an in-app purchase. Just tap don't allow and you're good to go. Or you want to stop someone from deleting any of your apps, you do that from here. So just set these at don't allow and none of these actions will be able to be performed on your device. So that is it for this video, guys. These are 13 iOS 13 features that are maybe unknown to a lot of people because they're like hidden within iOS, but of course they're very useful. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you learned something new from this video. Leave a like if you did. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more. I'll see you on the next one.